It's the Real Sound of H-Town, 97.9 The Box, the Madd Hatta Morning Show on the line with Power star Omari Hardwick, a.k.a. Ghost, and Janlatae Mullins. She's last year's winner of the Reel to Reel, a national competition open to filmmakers age 21, plus who submit an original short film online at www.gentlemanjackfilm.com now through May 8th, 2018. Now, this year's competition provides one winning filmmaker and the exclusive screening of their short film in Miami and $10,000 to help further their filmmaking dreams. Now, Janlatae, she won last year with her short film, So Fire. Won't you tell us a little bit about the film?
So Fire is about a couple. They dance together every day so they can try and rekindle the love they have for one another, and there's a surprise twist ending. And currently we are going to have a screening in Atlanta, but a private screening because we're still on the festival circuit.
Jan, how'd you initially get into filmmaking? From a young age or what? Was it someone in your family, friend?
No, when I was 8 years old, I sat with my parents and I said, I know what I want to be when I grow up. I want to either be a filmmaker or a maid. And
wow.
Wait a minute. Did she just say maid?
Maid.
I did.
She's kind of doing both.
No, but as I got older and I started doing film, I realized that in order to be a good leader, you have to know how to serve. And so I think that's why I had those two combined, because to be a good director, you have to serve the hearts of the people that you work with and the hearts of the audience. So I think that's why.
Well, God bless that maid thing just didn't work out for you.
She's still cleaning the house.
Now, Omari, we got to say something about Power. Can't let you get out of here before we say something about that. This is the 5th season, July 1st, everybody's favorite show. Honestly, when you start doing this show, do you think it's going to have the liftoff that it did?
I thought, after the first 10 minutes of talking to Courtney Kemp, I thought, and obviously knowing the Midas touch that Curtis 50 Cent Jackson had, I thought that the triumvirate of the three of us, being differing African-Americans, but also very similar African-Americans in terms of our wider perspective, I thought that it could be real cool if Stars actually gave us the freedom to get down and dirty and tell a great story with the Shakespearean backdrop that I believe it has. So I don't know if I knew it would be as big, but I definitely thought that I'd be able to say that I worked for 5 years on a series, and now I'm able to say it'll be 6, So I don't know if I knew what Curtis knew. I think he knew a little bit more, that it would be as potent as it was, but I definitely thought I was on to something special.
So you do a lot of poetry. Did you want to become a rapper? Or did you do rap?
That's a dope question. There were a lot of MCs, obviously, coming from where I come from, which is the backyard of where Janlatae comes from as well, in ATL, and being from Decatur specifically. The big one, obviously, was Andre 3000, who's on my at least top 5 list.
Got to be.
Right.
So there were a lot of over the years, when I made my way in New York and then eventually LA, you definitely would hear some rappers after hearing me spit that they would go, my delivery was different as a poet, and they said, you ever thought about rap? And I would make the two very definitively different. I would go, nah, man, rap is rap. Let me respect rappers. And now that I'm embarking on music, I've worked with Big Daddy Kane. I've worked with everybody from Common to Mano to Method Man to 50 Cent, as you guys know, with that song 50 Plus O. So I've definitely been a poet who's on the verge of maybe ability to kind of play with rap, but I never want to disrespect a rapper and say that was my world. Just strictly a guy that grew up on Langston Hughes to Nikki Giovanni and Sonia Sanchez in between, and who also grew up on Tupac to Rakim.
That's right.
And Coogee rap. It is what it is.
What was it like shooting the Family Feud video with Ava, Beyonce? Did you get to meet Blue Ivy,
Yeah, I did. I had already met Jay and Beyonce years ago. They became fans of, it was interesting. They flew wife and I to Pasadena to watch the tour that both of them were having at the Rose Bowl. So at the beginning of Power, it did a lot for me. The humility of God is none other than the humility of those that see like God. And I think 50 said it best when he said, Omari, this will open a lot of doors where folks will see you in ways they never did prior. So Jay at the point had never necessarily watched the show. He said Beyonce was an avid fan, but he said, what I really see in you is the direction of where you're going, and that you are one of the next voices of art and entertainment. And so Sean and I fell in love, that being Jay-Z, and Beyonce and I got very close, and Ava, as you guys know, I helped, kind of start her brand, that being 2 films way, way back. So they're all friends of mine. I did get to hug Blue Ivy, and,
Lucky man.
and it was just a reunion. You know what I mean? I've known again Sean and Beyonce for 5 years, and I've known Ava for the better parts of almost 11 years. So it was fun and a great cast. They had an incredible cast that were put together.
Appreciate that, Omari. Talking to Omari Hardwick, you know him from Power, a.k.a. Ghost. Can't wait for the season to start. And Janlatae Mullins, everybody in H-Town, all you filmmakers, make sure you submit your film online, www.gentlemanjackfilm.com through May 8th, 2018. And remember, this year's winning filmmaker gets an exclusive screening of their short film in Miami and $10,000 cash to help further your filmmaking dreams. Omari, Janlatae, thank y'all for being a part of the show this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.